Doing the math. I don't know how often I've heard it said in various ways by Christians. Unfortunately, at this time, the church doesn't have the ability to make an impact on the evil of abortion, but I want to counter this sentiment with truth. And I will take only one aspect of action in which the church needs to participate. Let's do the math. Use some numbers. Let's say 15,000 Christians within an hour of an abortion mill in any given city decide to love their preborn neighbors in word, deed, and truth. And hopefully I would hasten to say that this is very likely a fraction of the believers who attend Bible preaching congregations in the area. But these 15,000 individuals set aside time in their very busy lives to be present at the death camp one day that year. What would that accomplish? If just 59 of the 15,000 went to that abortuary on one day, and then a different 59 went the next day, and another 59 went the day after, and on, you would have 59 Christians at the mill every single day of the year, without any one individual having been there twice. 59 Christians standing there to expose the evil, to show people that we know this is murder, and that the gospel is the answer to this sin. Imagine 59 Christians exercising various roles at the gates of death, preaching the gospel, pleading for the lives of little image bearers, praying fervently on sight for God to work in hearts, standing at the driveway where it enters into the property to provide resources and information and help, provoking with signs, etc. What if they chose to take on a little more? I mean, just that would be more presence of the gospel, more presence of the church of the Lord Jesus Christ than really we have, to my knowledge, anywhere in the country at an abortion mill. A daily presence of 59 Christians? That's unheard of. But what if they chose to take on a little more? If each person in the multitude of 15,000 committed to just stand one day a month, just go 12 days in the year, that would mean that the mill could have 483 Christians outside it every day, with each person only giving one day a month to plead for the lives of the innocent and provide truth to all who enter. And that's if every month had 31 days. 5 months, of course, have fewer. 483 Christians filling the sidewalks. This by itself would have a huge impact on the business that sheds innocent blood. This would clearly showcase the gospel to the lost, deliver numerous babies from slaughter, and shut down the mills. When 1% of the church will show up regularly to stand at the abortion mill, abortion business places will shut down. Darkness cannot stand the presence of light. I well remember the morning in Pensacola in 2006, out in front of a baby butcher shop, when a police officer looked at me and my friend and said, "This must not be a real issue for the church, since you're the only two ones here. Pensacola is full of Christians." In the middle of a conservative Christian stronghold, surrounded by hundreds of churches, and only 2 Christians were standing as emissaries for Christ at the gates of death. Do you see the message that the church is sending the world by our silence and absence from the field? As Francis Schaeffer said, abortion exists by permission of the church. The abortion mills are open by permission of the church. Now, God has commanded us to love our neighbors as ourselves, visit the fatherless in their affliction, to open our mouth, to plead the cause of the poor and needy, and to call for justice and plead for truth. Prayer is powerful. Prayer is needed, but it is never meant to be a substitute for obedience. Imagine if Isaiah had said in prayer, here am I, send someone else. Oh, I would that the thousands upon thousands of believers in every city would learn about, get involved, and then engage for their preborn neighbors being slaughtered. I would they would take God's command to open thy mouth for the dumb and the cause of all such as are pointed to destruction, and take God at his word. Truly, God has made himself clear and has given us all we need to make a huge impact simply by assembling as his ambassadors at the gates of death, not to mention all the other ways to effect abolition of this evil. It is not enough, nor honest, neither is it consistently Christian for us to say, we cannot make a difference right now. Let us stop being silent, absent, and negligent. Let us be obedient and watch what our God will do. C.T. Studd said, "Some want to live within sound of church and chapel bell. I want to run a rescue shop within a yard of hell." Abortion must be abolished.